Okay guys, so here is the drone, the Avata 2. So I had Avata, the first version, and I'm doing many FPV races on the simulators. I would say I'm pretty good at it, but not like a super pro. So I have some kind of experience with FPV drones, and I definitely have experience with Avata 1. So you are the type of a person who thinks maybe it's worth upgrading to Avata 2 instead of Avata 1, or maybe I should buy Avata 1 instead of Avata 2. What's the difference? And believe me, guys, there is a ton of differences. So just today, I turned this baby on. Just today, and did a test flight, and instantly I felt. This is day and night compared to the first Avata. This is uncomparable to the first Avata. Not that it's uncomparable with many other good drones out there, but compared to Avata, for example, when I bought the Avata 1, I was a complete newbie and I didn't know what. I thought, well, yeah, I have these covers right here so I could hit something and then not get destroyed. That was the only purpose, but I didn't check whether there are new models out there. I didn't because soon afterwards I bought the first version. The second version came out. So yeah, that was quite disappointing. But I didn't know the difference. So what does make any sense? So here I'm going to tell you some key features which I really like compared to the Avata 1. My own opinions, which I didn't like about the Avata 1. The first was the goggles. Avata 1 goggles were you need to screw the antennas, and imagine you are like, okay, I want to do a quick flight right now. I'm gonna just take my bag right here, the drone bag, and do a quick flight. With Avata 1, it's not that easy. You need to take out the goggles, you need to screw the antennas. Basically what I did was I turned the remote controller on instantly at first. Let's see how fast it boots. This is faster than the RC2 controller. This is faster, like maybe from 1 to 2 seconds faster. So at the first Avata, I booted the controller. The goggles first because they boot up really long. Then the drone, and then the controller, and I did this simultaneously. So I turn on the goggles, turn the button on. While it's turning on, I turn on the drone, the controller, and start attaching the antennas. So maybe in 1 minute, maybe in 2 minutes of practical disappointment or labor, the Avata is good to go. So sometimes it was like, I don't want to screw those damn antennas, and sometimes I didn't even take them off. I just left them on the goggles, but they consume a lot of space. But the Google's V3, right here, I'll show you. The third goggle version, it's a lot. They are a lot smaller. Through videos, I didn't notice it, but they are smaller. They have no wire. The battery is in the backside. They are more usable. The quality is better, and they are smaller, and they are faster. And the quality, as I said, quality is better. So I didn't get to use all the pictures, but they have another feature. You can adjust the lens, so basically blurry images, you can adjust them a little bit better. So anyway, and overall, the goggles are much better, smaller and better in practical. So as they may be small things which I just mentioned, but when you actually get into flying daily, after some 30 times, you're like, again, those terrible antennas. Yeah, so that's that. So now I need to slow down. The police, you'll see the police in front of me. Yeah, it's like a speed limit here. So now let's talk about the drone flight. So I covered the practical things. Oh yeah, another practical thing is this baby right here. So Avata 1 had separate batteries, and I think they had a separate charger as well. But eventually what happens is all those batteries need to be added to the charger, and then the charger needs to be taken off, and etc, etc. This is really comfortable. You just put those all batteries in one charging port, C-type, and three are charging up. So previously I think you can buy a kit that you could attach like 4 batteries, and they all 4 charge up, but this comes in the overall kit already. So you just put those batteries in, add to the charger, and you know that after an hour or 2 the speed charger will charge and all the batteries will be full. And that's really also comfortable. So you need like when I was charging in my car, I had like a C-type charger, a speed charger. It charges the battery pretty fastly, but you have like 2 separate chargers, 3 wires, one for the goggles, one for the remote control, one for the battery packs. And I mostly use like 2 of these ports, in overall 4 wires. So it's a pretty big mess when you drive. So it's comfortable. So these are the small things which I am telling you right now, which I really value in the Avata 2. And even if I still had the Avata 1 with all these extras, I would still buy the Avata 1 because of the comfort to use it. But it really gets down to the point of this drone right here right now, where it's even more better. Let's start. First of all, the best thing which I like about this drone is the performance, and it's not so loud. When I turn it on, it was quiet. I used to listen to Avata when it was really, really far away, and by the way the propellers sound, the motor sound, I can tell I'm going fast or slow. And I never go too fast because I want to, so the motors are not that heated. So the sound was telling me a lot about those things, what the drone is actually doing right now. This one right here, I didn't hear any sounds when the drone was far away. So it's like, man, I'm pretty silent. I need to be visual only, the goggles only version. So the image only. And so I didn't know I'm driving fast, the motors are full out, or the throttle is too low. I didn't hear anything of that. So that's a good thing, I guess, because most of the time when I'm flying over some places where people are walking, first thing they know, they hear the Avata. So they look up, and I don't know, I don't want to cause that much of attraction when I'm flying or filming. It's unnecessary attraction. So attention, attraction, attention. So this is a bonus also, but the really big bonus, which I really enjoy the most, also is the image quality. This has a better image quality, although I didn't yet tested it. But in the videos on YouTube, you can definitely see what's the image quality of these drones. It's better. So that was another thing why I wanted this drone. Another thing is this drone is faster. That was another bonus. So silent, faster, more comfortable to use, better image quality. What else? So yeah, so in terms of flight, it was a way huge difference in terms of flight. So, but in terms of how this drone flies and how the Avata 1 flies, I can throw out the Avata in the garbage already instantly. Avata compared to this one was like a heavy rock. When you do a power loop, the rock starts falling down, and just try to not fall into the ground. Just use maximum throttle. Keep a large distance from the ground. get as high as you can, keep a large distance from the ground. Because when Avata is going down, it is going down. The Avata 1, when it falls down, it is going down. And Avata 1 also has this death roll thing, which basically means when you're going really fast and you want to make a tight turn, like a really tight turn, it just falls down. What I noticed is the sensors or something sense that the drone hits something, or that the move is so tight, or the g-force of the move is so big, it wants to switch the drone into normal mode. And when it does that, the drone, when you're doing really like a fast, tight loop, the drone will just fall down, because the system itself will not be able to manage to get that drone hovering in normal mode. It will be impossible. So I did a test flight with it, and I noticed that it can do sharper moves before the death roll starts to happen. But I will do a death roll test with it when the weather will be a little bit better, because if it falls in the ground, it will be wet. Maybe I will fall in the puddle and the drone will be not usable anymore. So the overall conclusion about the control itself, with this drone you can actually start doing some loops, some racing things, some tight corner things, some going fast through narrow spaces. With Avata 1 you would be practically trying to do some tricks 100 and more meters above the ground, and only when you feel safe, and every move you make should be as if it is the last move. Very precautious, very safely. So now when we are at the end of this video, so is the Avata 2 some kind of upgraded version of the Avata 1? I would say it's a completely different drone. Completely different drone. So if the Avata costs, let's say, 800 euros and this one costs 1,000 euros, though don't try to save those 200 euros. It's not worth the upgrades and the changes are not worth of those 200 euros. I mean, like, it's more than valuable to spend those 200 euros on a better drone. So yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching.